Hello, how's it going today? It's Frankie here, and I'm back with another gaming review. Now, this again is another set of games I've spoken about on my TikTok, but I think the ratings might be a little bit different, and that's because I never gave one of them a proper chance in terms of I didn't play it long enough. And the reviews I'm gonna be talking about today, the games are Fallout 3 and Fallout 4. Damn, sure taking the price tag of this one. Doesn't matter. Now, these two here are probably the most addictive set of open world games I have ever played on the Xbox. This one's on the 360, so obviously it's backwards compatible. And this one here is my favorite out the both of them, right? And I still got more to play. I'm gonna be getting Fallout New Vegas. I did get Fallout 76, but it required Xbox Gold and I decided to take it back. But I'll bring it back anyway at some point. But I'm in love with those sort of games right there. It's apocalyptic, it's brilliant, it's quite addictive to play. And before I go into my favourite out of the both of them, I'm going to talk about Fallout 3. Now, this one here, this Fallout game, is not really my favourite out of the two of them, right? It's still addictive, but the fact that, it's harder to kill the enemies, the upgrades are not the same. You can't really upgrade weapons properly. I mean, I played it for long enough. The enemies are more difficult. The enemies are similar to ours in Fallout 4. You don't get no companions. There's no legendary weapons, no legendary armor. You can't get to the power armor until you have a certain perk attached to it. And the perks in this one are different. They give out a maximum amount of points, I think 20 or 30 points, and you have to upgrade certain ones of them, increase the level of each one or whatever you want to do. And the areas are similar. Fallout 3 is based in Washington because they've got the monument and the White House. But you just die so quickly in that game. I'm not feeling it. It's still like Fallout 4, but I'm not feeling the entire game. You don't really get many weapons to pick up. There's still a lot of weapons, there's still a lot of health, still a lot to loot in these type of games, but it's not my favourite one. Whereas with Fallout 4 right here, this game, you get your money's worth if you get it. I don't know how much it costs now, but it's probably cheap now anyway. It's been around for years. That's one of the games that came with the Xbox One when it was first bought. Incredible, right? In this one, you got like companions that help you in missions if you want to choose them. You got like loads of legendary weapons, legendary armor pieces. And bearing in mind, you can only get these by killing legendary enemies. You got legendary armor, you got power armor. That is incredible. You get power armor in this game instantly. You obviously get some legendary armor pieces, but it's not going to be frequent like the weapons and the regular armor. You got a ton of junk to collect to upgrade your armor and your power and everything. You got like settlements to build and to invite people into, not invite, but people can come into them. You can obviously there's a ton of enemies and you get like a ton of health from them. It's just downright incredible. You get perks which you increase, which would be brilliant towards throughout the game to help you. It's incredible. And it's easy. It's easy. It's not. I mean, you get some enemies that are annoying, like the mutants. The mutants, whoever hasn't played this game yet, I am warning you now. There are mutants. The mutants in this game are hell. They are possibly the hardest enemies than the Deathclaw. The Deathclaw you rarely ever see, unless you go into the Glowing Sea or here and there. The Queen Myrloc you hardly ever see. Raiders are kind of easy to kill. You got the robots, depends on the robots you meet, they can be quite easy to beat apart from the sentry bot. You got the gunners are similar to the raiders, still humans to fight against. You got oh my god, what is it? The scorpions, which you don't see often, but they're there. They also can be quite annoying to kill as well. Christ, you got ghouls, which are kind of easy to kill. You just use any gun, that's it. You got the bugs. This game has everything that an open world game should have. It's addictive. Even when you complete the story mode, they got repeated objectives, but you still keep doing them. You use different weapons for experimentation. Some weapons even have certain damage against certain enemies, and they got a strong resistance to certain enemies. They got certain skills. It's just brilliant. How can you not want this? Loads of grenades, loads of mines. Clear how LV open world should be. And at least in this one, the health is easy to increase. It's better. Whereas with Fallout 3, you don't get that luxury of it's not that easy at all. Now, I know games that may be challenging, but Fallout 3, the weapon can break, which is stupid. Come on, like Fallout 4 doesn't do that. Once you have a weapon, you keep that weapon. I thought Fallout 3 was better at first, but it's not as good as Fallout 4. And I would highly rate Fallout 3 because it is open world as well. It's similar. I have to rate it highly. It's just brilliant as well. It can be addictive to play. The objectives can be slightly difficult. You haven't got proper guidance, which is disappointing compared to Fallout 4. It's tough to know what to rate them. I mean, Fallout 4, I have to rate a 10 out of 10 because it's flawless as a game. I just can't think of a single negative there should be. The only negative I should say is that there should have been more extra story mode missions, but there were extra missions added on. I think there was an add-on a few months ago, which gave extra objectives. Fallout 3, it's not that good to be quite honest. Maybe it's because of the quality and it's older and it came up before Fallout 4, so that's probably why it's the way it is. But it's not the same to be fair. I mean, don't get me wrong, Fallout 3 you saw the Brotherhood, which is still my favorite faction. You got that. You got the the mutants in there. You got the raiders. You got I think you have. I think they've got scorpions in there as well. You still got bugs. You still got the same type of theme than Fallout 4 does, but it's still not the same feeling. And that's what annoys me right there, is because it should have been similar. But Fallout 4 they probably made it easier like that, and not everything's easy, but it's still difficult. So it's tough to know what to rate this. I would have given Fallout 3 a 10 out of 10, but I think it's because it lacks in terms about what Fallout 4 has. That's probably why I'm giving it. This is a questionable one. This could change, by the way. I could think about it differently. I may rate it differently on TikTok, but I'm going to have to give... I was going to give it a 10, but then I think there's a bit of faults in that they should have fixed. They should have not made. I'm going to give Fallout 3 an 8 out of 10. It's a great game. It just needed to be a bit more like Fallout 4 because it's not as addictive as that. Whereas Fallout 4 deserves a 10, it's flawless. With Fallout 3, there's a few annoying things in that game which I don't like, which they made it, which they shouldn't have made it like that, if that makes any sense. But yeah, it's a must buy. I recommend get Fallout 4. Obviously get free. I heard that it comes for free in that one somewhere on the website, but it's backwards compatible, so might as well have gotten it. And I'm waiting for Fallout 5, which I hope is just as good as Fallout 4, which would always be my favourite. One of my favourite open world games. This has everything I love in an open world. It's right there. It's seriously, look, the dialogue as well especially is brilliant. They can go towards increasing your XP. It's so much to go through. It really is. So play it and see what you think and tell me in the comments what you think. Anyways, Fallout 3, 8 out of 10. Fallout 4, 10 out of 10. If you enjoyed this video, please give a like. Comment, share when you know, subscribe, hit the notification below. I'll see you in my next video.